Hello, good morning. I am once again sitting on the floor of my living room with a brand new segment that I am super excited about. Working title is Things I Found in My Old Bedroom. Where to start? I don't even know where to start. I guess we'll start, do we go young? Ooh, I just found papers in this one thing. Do we go young to old, old to young? Wow. Okay, anyway, so this morning, we are going to look at some things that I found in the nightstand of my old bedroom. This is gonna run ages of when I'm real little to like a teenager. So we'll start, I guess, from when I was pretty little. But we're gonna start with this little thing here. This is Tickles, and she is part of the Hug-a-Bunch gang. I believe she used to have a little baby that she would hold, hence Hug-a-Bunch, because they'd hug a bunch. See the arms just open, perfect for hugging. Baby is long gone. I do have a bigger one of these that's one of the plush ones. This is just the little plastic one. I'm sure down in my basement the bigger one is in a bag, or it's in my mom's attic. But this was just chilling in my nightstand. I've looked them up on eBay, and this one seems to be in pretty good condition. Like, her hair's not messed up or anything. She's still got her little bows in there. You can still read the little tag that says Hug-a-Bunch. Yeah, I don't really know what I used to do with this, but toys, right? Oops, all her elastic is falling apart. And this bow tie is enormous. Oh my gosh, look at the space. I can get like a whole finger in there. But this is Tickles, and she, until recently, was living in the nightstand in my old bedroom. Similar to Hug-a-Bunch, not at all, but another toy from the 80s. I've got this Popple puzzle. It's too bright, but it's a Popple puzzle. It's got all the Popples. They're floating down a river in a pan, a cup, and a teapot, and there's a little festival in the background. I loved puzzles as a kid. I might actually do this one. It's called Paddle and Pleasure. I don't think it actually says how many pieces are in it. It says it's 7 by 7, but no piece count. Decent sized pieces. So, I mean, when were the Popples from? This is from American Greetings. I don't know when these were from, but it's got to be the early 80s. Also somewhere, definitely in my basement, I have a Popple stuffed animal. It's the white one here, and I'll have to bring that up. I'm going to have to do a part 2 of all of the things that are similar to the things I'm showing in this video, but different. What I did not mention about Tickles is she is from 1986. And I think was purchased from Hallmark, maybe. But anyway, so 2 toys. Next, we're gonna open this like mystery box. I think it's so weird. I don't know where this tin came from. Like, where do kids get stuff? But this tin was in my nightstand. And typical kid, it's just like full of random stuff. What is in this tin that I do not know the origins of? First, a little flower figurine from Bambi. Sorry, I'm like both bright and in shadow. We have a little Funshine Bear, Care Bear figurine. I think in my office at work I have a Grumpy Bear, because Grumpy was my favorite. But here is Funshine Bear. All of these are tipping over as I set them down. I have a surfing California raisin, because back in the 80s and 90s, they were still okay, and, you know, you had figures of them. So I've got this guy. Gosh, the rest of what's in here is just priceless. I have 4 pieces they're wooden, 2 triangles, 2 diamonds. This used to be, I think people still can buy this. You get all these shapes, there are squares, and then you just build different patterns with them. I have a wood-colored diamond, a yellow diamond, a blue, and a purple triangle. That's all that survived. And for some reason, I felt strongly about putting them in this tin. This next one, man, this unlocks memories. This is a Charmkins ring. It's Lil Tulip. Ugh, can't get it on my finger anymore. And it's just this little, it's got a little basket over it. She comes off. And I don't really know what you were supposed to do with these, but maybe hang them on necklaces. But I'm surprised. I did look this up because I couldn't remember the name Charmkin. And there's one just like this for sale on Etsy. Is it gonna go in focus? Yeah. And the face is totally gone. It's $35. This one is in pristine condition, probably because I never did all that much with it. I feel like they used to smell good, and she still kind of does. That's incredible. Wow, that brings me back. I thought this was going to be from Rose Petal Place, but Charmkins, wow, who knew? And I felt strongly enough about it that I put it in this tin. And now this is something everybody can relate to. I have one Barbie high heel, pink, one silver Barbie high-heeled sandal, one purple Barbie high-heeled sandal, and one Barbie point toe shoe. I don't know where the other ones of these are. I assume I had them at some point. I'm not sure where any of my Barbies are, probably in my mom's attic. But yeah, so this tin, I love it. I opened that and I was just like, wow, what an exciting find. Moving into a little bit older era, I have the original As Seen on TV Glamour Tale. And I'm gonna guarantee I open this box and all that's in here is the VHS. Well, let's see. The instructions are also in here. Oh my gosh. Guys, we're doing hairstyles. 1 second. Okay, I've got a brush, I've got a hair tie. Let's see the instructions. Some of you might know this as Topsy Tail because that was also another brand. Yeah, so we're pulling it back. Pull it back. Oh, this is gonna be beautiful. And then you just, let's see. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this on camera. Probably not. We're gonna try. We're here alone, we're trying. And you stick it in, put the hair through, and then pull, maybe I made this too tight. Pull this, right? Is my hair too long? Did I do it? Maybe I didn't separate it enough. Maybe I just need to pull. I think my hair tie is too big. Does it look lovely? Do I look pretty? Did I do it? Oh gosh, if only we had a VCR, we could see what to do. I guarantee you never watched. I can't believe this is all in here. It is all in here, I guarantee, because I did not let my mom do my hair with this. You'll know, I'm sure, based on the few videos that we put out, my hairstyles are down or in a ponytail. That is it. That is all that happens, but wow. This is great. I really wish. They say it's as easy as 1, 2, 3, but I feel like I didn't do that very well. If anybody has a VCR, I would love to watch this 15-minute how-to glamour tale. You could do romantic, sophisticated, tie tail. The tie tail looks like for if you're more sporty. Wow, look at that. So yeah, I mean, you're supposed to, I think there's some element of pulling the loop tight and then taking it through. There are instructions, which obviously I could have read and didn't. But it's fun, it's simple, and you'll look like you just stepped out of the salon. Do I? I cannot believe that was actually in this box. This is the most exciting thing that's ever happened today. Okay, next, another like mysterious bag. I really don't have any memory of where I would have gotten this bag, much like the tin. But kids just find stuff. But I also think it's possible, because I have no memory of buying what's inside or really receiving it. So I think it's possible it was a gift and it came in this gift bag. What is in this? Guys, it's Pogs and a slammer. I think these were maybe from my best friend Kristen. And if they're not from her, then maybe we got them together. I don't really remember. I don't really remember how to play, but oh my gosh, these are so 90s. Every single one of them just about has some version of a yin yang. I mean, it's unreal. It is unreal. Or there's like a million different 8 balls. 8 ball. 8 ball. 8 ball. Yin yang. Here's a skull with an 8. Yin yang. Yin yang. A million yin yangs all together. Here's another one. Here's a drip 8 ball. Here's another 8 ball. Another 8. Another 8. This is a bullseye. We've got skulls. We've got skulls and poison. And we've got a marlin. And then, of course, the slammer has an 8 ball on it. If you can see it. It's very shiny in here. And so this one is the metal one. I honestly don't know if I even knew how to play this. But I think the idea was you'd have a stack of your Pogs, and then you'd slam the slammer down on them, and it would tip them over, and I don't really know where you would go from there. But I feel like potentially I got these in this bag, and they've just stayed in there in my nightstand for the last like 30 years. Oh gosh, Pogs. It's great. And we're coming down to our last 2 items, one of which is a book about MTV's Road Rules. I guess I used to like the show. I still cannot hear Third Eye Blind's song Jumper without thinking of Anne, who they had to do a PSA about suicide with that song, and her friend had just committed suicide. So that's like burned into my brain forever when I hear that song, is that story. I remember Dan and Tara were a couple, and it was like so exciting. Poor Michelle, she was a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. She ended up dying in a car crash like years later after her season. I used to love this show. I did. I loved Road Rules. Once they went to sea, it was never the same. When they're not out there in their Winnebago driving around. Did they have jobs? I don't remember. I know they had to like do stuff because, you know, that one they had to do a PSA. I'm sure if I read this book, it would tell me all about it. It does tell how people got cast. It introduces you to them. I remember Susie was so obsessed with Timmy from season 2, and then when they started doing the challenges and she got to meet him, it was just so exciting. Wow. This was a big part of my teen years, as was The Real World. This book is specifically for Seattle. What do we know about it? Well, what we do know is right here, Stephen, Irene, that was the slap heard around the world. Not Will Smith at the Oscars, when Irene was leaving because her Lyme disease made it too difficult for her to continue on the show, and Stephen hid her dog from her and then threw it in the water. He slapped her because she called him a homosexual. Maybe he slapped her before that, but she said that was why nobody liked him, and that was the slap heard around the world. And then Stephen also had to leave the show because he assaulted another cast member. Oh wow, apparently you could get a Real World VHS. But Seattle was one of the seasons I really liked. I don't remember a whole lot else. It is why I still love the song Brimful of Asha by Corner Shop. Corner Shop, Brimful of Asha, because they did used to have to work jobs. It wasn't just let's get drunk every single day and fight with each other on the real world. They used to have jobs. And I think they did something in a recording studio with this season. Or maybe, was this the season they worked for Frommer's, or was that France? Anyway, they did something with Corner Shop, and that song was in it, and I still love that song. I remember they went to, did they go to Mount Everest? And Janet, it couldn't have been Mount Everest. There's no way MTV's funding that, but Janet, who was a smoker, got really, like, the oxygen was too thin, and she was, like, passing out, and it was very scary. But pretty much once they started, like, I watched Hawaii. That was maybe the last one I was really into, or New Orleans. I don't know. They went back to New York. Such good times. Wow. So that's everything that it's not everything that was in my nightstand. There's a lot more in there. But that is part one of random things I found in my old bedroom. This was super fun to do. I hope you guys want to see more random stuff that I used to own and apparently still do, because I've got weird tins like this full of who knows what. And it's got me thinking, like, of all of these other things I used to own, like, what happened to that? Like, I had a Michael Jackson doll that I swear was in this house, but I just went to look for him and I couldn't find him. I know he was missing a shoe that I also had in a different location, but now I'm like, can I find Michael Jackson and both of his shoes? I don't know. But if you would like to see, if you want to see more Glamour Tale hairstyles, if you want to see more random things that I pull out of my old room or out of my mom's attic, let me know in the comments below. What do you know about Pogs? Because I don't remember anything about how they worked. If you had any of this stuff, if you don't know anything about any of what I'm talking about because you were born in 1997, which I think is when this season aired, so you don't even know what I'm talking about, like, thanks for watching. This was a blast.